the most unpredictable part of boxing. While Muhammad Ali's heavyweight run has dominated the headlines, the divisions from lightweight through middleweight have quietly become the deepest and most chaotic section of the sport. And unlike the heavyweight division, this part of the universe doesn't operate under rigid weight class boundaries anymore. The philosophy changed because of Terence Crawford's real-life upset victory over Canelo Alvarez. Before that, whenever people discussed fighters jumping multiple divisions, the automatic response was, there are weight classes for a reason. Crawford changed that perception. His victory showed that at the absolute highest level, skill, timing, intelligence, adaptability and technique could overcome major differences in natural size. Because of that, fighters in this universe between 135 and 160 pounds are much more willing to move around. A natural lightweight might challenge someone at welterweight. A welterweight could climb toward middleweight. A bigger fighter could come down for the right opponent. The weight still matters, but it doesn't automatically kill a matchup anymore. If the fight is interesting enough, make the fight. The three championships, instead of every individual weight division having its own central storyline. The 135-160 range revolves around three major championship belts. DQJ Championship Champion. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Floyd sits at the top of the DQJ lineage. Prime Mayweather is one of the most difficult opponents in the entire universe because of his defense, timing, accuracy, adaptability, and ability to figure opponents out as fights progress. And his first defense has already become one of the biggest fights available. WCBL Championship Champion Terence "Bud" Crawford holds the WCBL Championship. That's fitting considering Crawford is essentially the philosophical reason this entire era exists. His success against Canelo changed how fighters think about moving through divisions. Bud represents versatility. FNC Championship Champion Sugar Ray Leonard, the third king, is Sugar Ray Leonard. Leonard brings a completely different style than Floyd or Crawford. So right now, the three champions represent three completely different forms of greatness. Mayweather, control. Crawford, adaptability. Leonard, explosiveness. Eventually, those championship worlds could collide. But first, contenders have to emerge. The Mayweather Promotions reunion, one of the biggest stories, began outside the ring. For a brief period, Floyd reunited with two of his former proteges, Adrian Broner and Gervonta, Tank Davis. The relationship between the three appeared to have been repaired. They were training together again. They were united under Mayweather Promotions. It looked like one of boxing's most famous fractured relationships had finally come back together. It didn't last. The First Take incident, everything changed when Floyd appeared on First Take. He was asked who he wanted to fight. Floyd gave the answer you'd expect. Anybody can get it. Then the conversation shifted toward something much more personal. Could Floyd fight Tank? Could Floyd fight AB? Floyd acknowledged that both were good fighters. But then came the comment that changed everything. In Floyd's view, neither one was anywhere near his level at the top. That lit a fire under both men. Tank and Broner weren't interested in being treated like Floyd's little brothers anymore. They wanted to prove they belonged beside him or above him. Both eventually separated from Mayweather Promotions. The reunion was finished. And suddenly, Floyd had helped create two potential rivals. Adrian Broner's run Broner was the first of the former proteges to begin building his case in the ring. He has fought twice. Broner vs. Sugar Shane Mosley. Broner faced Sugar Shane Mosley in a 6-round contest. AB performed well enough to secure a unanimous decision victory. It was an important win. Broner had momentum. He had beaten a respected elite name. And after the Floyd controversy, it appeared he might be positioning himself for something much larger. Then he ran into marvelous Marvin Hagler. Broner vs. Hagler, this was an 8-round fight. And Hagler changed Broner's trajectory. Broner lasted the distance, but Hagler controlled enough of the contest to earn a unanimous decision victory. More importantly, Hagler dropped Broner twice. That matters. Broner wasn't simply edged on points. Hagler physically imposed himself enough to put AB on the canvas on 2 occasions. The defeat temporarily removes Broner from the immediate championship conversation. He isn't finished, but right now he needs to rebuild. While Broner's path became complicated, Tank took a completely different route. Tank's first major opportunity came against Ricky Hatton. There was no decision. There was barely even a fight. 40 seconds. Tank knocked Ricky Hatton out 40 seconds into the first round. That immediately changed his position. There was no need for 3 or 4 contender fights. No need for a long campaign. No debate about whether Tank belonged. He destroyed a respected opponent before the opening round had even really developed. And considering everything Floyd had already said about him, the storyline became obvious. Floyd Mayweather vs. Gervonta Davis, the DQJ Commission became the first of the 3 championship organizations to secure its next title fight. And they chose the fight everybody wanted. DQJ Championship Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather Jr. Champion vs. Gervonta Tank Davis Challenger. This isn't simply champion versus contender. It's mentor versus protege, former promoter versus former fighter technician versus knockout artist, and most importantly Floyd's words versus Tank's opportunity to prove him wrong. Why Floyd vs. Tank is so important. Floyd told the world that Tank was good, but not Floyd level good. Then Tank knocked Ricky Hatton out in 40 seconds. Now Floyd has to stand across from the man he once mentored and prove that statement inside the ring. For Floyd, this is about maintaining hierarchy. He believes Tank learned from him. But learning from Floyd doesn't make you Floyd. For Tank, it's the opposite. This is his opportunity to graduate from being associated with Mayweather to building a legacy completely separate from him. Beating Floyd would instantly transform Tank's status. He wouldn't just become DQJ champion. He'd become one of the central figures in the entire 135-160 world. The stylistic question, the matchup is fascinating because their strengths are almost opposites. Floyd wants timing, distance, control, patience, defense, mistakes. Tank wants pressure opportunities, explosive counters, power shots, moments. Floyd could control 8 minutes of a fight. Tank might only need 8 seconds. That's what makes it dangerous. Tank doesn't necessarily have to consistently outbox Floyd. He has to create the right moment. And Floyd specializes in preventing opponents from ever getting that moment. The sit-down with Max Kellerman establishes the tone first. It isn't hatred. Floyd and Tank still understand what they once meant to each other, and there's real respect underneath everything. Tank knows firsthand how brilliant Floyd is because he spent years around him. Floyd knows Tank's power and talent better than most because he helped develop him. But respect doesn't mean humility. Tank's position is basically, you helped me become this fighter, but now I'm ready to beat you. Floyd's response is even colder. Everything you know, I taught you. That becomes the line of the promotion. Because Floyd can use their history against Tank every time Tank talks about what he does well. Tank mentions patience. Floyd can say he taught him patience. Tank mentions setting traps. Floyd taught him that. Tank talks about studying opponents. Floyd was the example he studied. And this is where Floyd completely dominates the verbal side of the promotion. Tank can talk, and he isn't intimidated, but Floyd is one of the best psychological trash talkers this universe has. He can disrespect you without screaming. He'll smile, make a joke, remind everybody how much money he's made and how many fighters he's figured out, then turn directly toward Tank and say something designed to stay in his head until fight night. The press conference only intensifies it. Tank keeps insisting, you ain't never fought nobody like me. And Floyd can calmly come back with, you've never fought nobody like me either. Difference is, I've seen everything you do before. You learned it watching me. That's what makes their face-off different from something like Ali Wilder. There doesn't need to be a shove. There doesn't need to be security separating them. Tank can just stare directly into Floyd's eyes while Floyd continues talking. Tank knows Floyd is trying to get inside his head. Floyd knows Tank knows, and Floyd keeps doing it anyway. But the reason this isn't just another Floyd showcase is that Tank has earned Floyd's respect as a threat. Floyd might verbally treat him like the student, but once they are discussing the actual fight, there should be an acknowledgement that Tank presents something extraordinarily dangerous. Tank has the kind of power where Floyd can execute perfectly for round after round and still have everything change with one mistake. And Tank has his own psychological advantage. He knows Floyd personally. He has trained around him. He has seen habits that opponents who only watched film may never notice. So while Floyd can say, "Everything you know, I taught you," Tank has the perfect answer, "Yeah. And I was watching everything you did too." That's when the fight becomes more than teacher versus student. It becomes two fighters who may understand each other better than any opponents they have ever faced. Floyd has to solve perhaps the most explosive fighter he ever helped create. Tank has to defeat the fighter whose style helped shape his entire understanding of boxing. Neither considers himself second best. Neither believes the other can beat him. And despite all Floyd's trash talk, both men understand something by the end of the promotion. This could be one of the hardest fights of either man's career. Floyd Mayweather Jr. vs. Tank Davis DQJ Championship, the master taught the student. Now the student wants the master's throne.
Good evening, everybody. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. We welcome you ringside for a much-anticipated bout. Let's set the table for you and get ready to dish up this big night of action. Davis's poise is something that cannot be denied. This is a fighter that knows he's ready to do what is in front of him, and he has what it takes to accomplish the goal. On his way to the ring. You can see it in his eyes. You just know he's got that feeling tonight.
Introducing first, in the blue corner, coming out of Baltimore, the next generation, Davis. His adversary, coming out of Grand Rapids, Mayweather.
We went over the rules in the dressing room. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch them up.
We are underway for this scheduled 12-round.
Fight of the century. Money Mayweather, Tank Davis.
A little something for his opponent after getting tagged. Teddy, many times throughout our broadcast we've seen through the years, when we get a southpaw versus an orthodox fighter, there can be a tendency for clashes of heads.
Yes, there can be, and also tripping a little bit. Sometimes they step on each other's feet.
That was a miss by Money. A well-placed left hand up top. The next generation's blocking ability is doing well for him there.
I'm Mayweather, by the way.
No, he missed that right.
Young
Halfway through
Mayweather.
round number one. Body shot, left hand.
Cute.
Money's putting forth that hard work he did in training camp there, landing a crisp
Pretty
combination.
boy, Floyd.
A headshot
I
block.
mean, I can finish.
Takes one, but gets one. Good work by Davis. You see what happens when he commits to the uppercut. Look at that. Great work there. Threw the straight right hand, but didn't score with it. He's committed committed to the combination punching.
Ooh.
Davis is scored upon by a left.
Dropped him in the first round. Oh
He
my.
goes down in the later stages of this round. He's going to try to survive it.
Can he get up?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Davis is back up on his feet. Let's see what he has now. The next generation's done a good job there, offensively scoring with that left hand.
I ain't gonna lie. Ooh. Man, that's kind of crazy. I thought Tank got the better of me early on in that first two. So I definitely swing the cards my way.
Good flush, straight left hand. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. Good defense, just covering up down low.
Drop it.
Good block there by Davis.
Man,
Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Mayweather's movement's really helping him out, avoiding that punch. Teddy, among the things that we're going to key in on here early on in this fight is the ability to go to the body.
Very important, because what it does is stops the ability of your opponent to defend the headshots. Takes away some of that head movement.
Hey, hands up, come on. A solid uppercut by Davis. Not hitting his mark there, going upstairs. Davis is doing exactly what you would expect him to do after being knocked down earlier. Now he's
doing a nice imitation of an octopus. You know what? If I was in his shoes, I'd be doing the same thing.
Comes right back at him with a left hand. 10 seconds to go in this round. And oh, what a good, strong uppercut by Davis. Back out there and continue doing what he's doing.
Well, you're right. The first thing that I noticed is his back's not leaning against the corner pad. You know, that's a defeated fighter. That's a fighter. You don't want to go back. Something bad happened to him. You know, he's leaning back like that. You have to pick him up from the stool. He's got all his weight forward. He can't wait to get going. You know that he's positive. You know that he had a good round.
Woo.
All day. A crushing two-punch combo by Money. Now his opponent got away from that uppercut.
Man, I missed that.
Davis is getting himself into the mix now, landing that left hand. Able to cover up that gut. Mayweather's out there just waiting on a counterpunch, isn't he?
Yeah, well, first of all, why is he? Because he knows if he walks in, he's going to get caught. So what he wants to do is, he knows there's basically a guard at that door. He's trying to get that guard to get out of there so he can go through that door.
Money's showing you what it takes to be the best in this business. Good, crisp combos. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Pace yourself. Well, supposed to be fighting, but instead he's hugging. Oh, and the right hand comes into play by Money. Oh, what a huge power punch. 10 seconds to go in this third round. A stinging uppercut by Davis. Round number 4 is underway as we look at Teddy's scorecard. You can see what a difference the knockdown can make. Mayweather's fans have to be loving this early lead.
Yeah, but with that power, you know, he can make a mistake and he can win the fight. His opponent can't afford any mistakes and not any more mistakes.
Money's fully committed to utilizing the jab, and I think it's working out well for him early on.
Well, it is. It's kind of like, you know, sending static out there. You want to scramble somebody's radio signal. You know, that's what the jab does. It scrambles your radio signal, or at least in boxing terms, it throws the other guy's rhythm off.
Man, I'm trying to land the power shot.
Davis's inability to hit the target is really making him look silly right now. He's throwing.
Bro, why is
punches,
he
just
dropping
none
so
of them
high?
landing.
No, he's throwing them too wide, too far away. And what's going to be worse, right now he's only getting frustrated, maybe embarrassed, as you touched on. But what's going to be worse is when he starts getting counted in between them.
Halfway through round number 4. Unable to land clean by Money.
I had the first one. Man.
And he's holding.
Don't let him get to you, kid.
Fires right back at him. Mayweather's landing a combination here. That's what he does when he's at his very best. I like that step back right there. Just enough to be out of danger, but still close enough to then land the counterpunch.
Well, that's what happens when you have that kind of experience. You're calm enough to know that range. Know where the beginning of the punch and the end of the punch is.
The next generation is well off the mark that time. Seconds to go in the 4th. Mayweather's so dangerous with that accuracy. A 2-punch combination landing.
He hit me after this.
Slipping a little bit,
I'm
making
still
himself a difficult target, but
after the
his
bill.
punch is a little wide. Needs to shorten them up.
Money's jab is now carrying this fight for him from the outside.
Yeah, because the jab is carrying the fight. You know, it all starts with that jab. And right now, that jab is leading the way.
Oh, he just misses with that headshot.
Oh my goodness. Woo.
He gets hit, but he gives it right back. Well, he ties up there. The next generation's got a way of just getting away from that punch. Scored well with the left. Did you see
Oh yeah, I knew that was coming. It had no stamina.
He goes down. The question is, can he rise up again?
2, 3, 4, 5.
Davis is back up on his
Man,
feet.
Tank got
Now,
some
what
heart.
will be interesting
He's
to
gotta
see
be
here
smarter.
is how he reacts in the next few moments.
Come on, Tank.
Halfway
Come
through
on,
this
Tank.
round here. The next generation's just punching air that time. His opponent was able to get out of the way. Fine fundamentals, good counterpunch. A little something of his own. Blocks a shot, brings back the uppercut.
He ain't doing no counter punching.
Money's been able to avoid having any of his opponent's headshots landing flush.
And what his opponent has to do, Joe, is make an adjustment. Well, we used to tell the fighters,
Man, I'm
when
not
the guy's elusive like this fighter is right now, you have to shorten your punches up. Shorten them up a little bit, have less space to travel. They have a better chance of getting to that elusive target.
Nice solid left hand scored by Davis.
Goodbye.
Mayweather's doing a nice
It
job
starts
being
with
comfortable.
anything. Any people out there doing anything, it
I don't know if
starts
Tank can
with
recover.
thinking, believing you can do it.
Blocks that blow, and then a counter uppercut. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Davis.
Come on, Tank.
Took a shot, now he gives a left. Scored well up top.
2 power uppercuts.
Oh, he is stunned. He could
Man,
go
I ain't
down.
got so.
Wake up. Focus. Look at that.
Yeah, I knew that was
He's been
coming.
there before, and now he's there again. He got floored.
He can't afford to keep going on that floor. You have to wonder when the referee's going to step in now and
3
stop this.
knockdowns. It's over, man. Goodbye, Tank.
4, 5, 6, 7,
He's back up.
Davis's trainer is thrilled with this. He gets up off the canvas. Now he wants to see how he'll
Man.
react.
Hang on, I'm just.
Nice strike after catching one by Davis.
I know I can't play around too much with Tank.
He just missed
But this
that
fight is
shot
over.
up top.
I know he can knock me out, though.
Point of round
He
number
did
6.
Ricky Adams. I'm pretty sure my chin is way better than Ricky Adams. I can't get. I ain't seen counter shots.
Teddy, there are opportunities that are here for him, aren't there?
Yeah, counterpunch opportunities because he's got an opponent who's walking in a little bit. Now he has a chance to start to chuck something back at him a little.
Not able to land the headshot. Takes one, gives one. The right hand scores well. Just ate a big uppercut.
No, I ain't gonna finish him off, bro.
He's going around.
I ain't even gonna finish him off.
Wet noodles.
Yeah, my mother was boiling the water because she used to make
If
sure
he can
that
make it.
water boiled and boiled. It was never al dente. These legs
He
are
ain't gonna
not
get
al
up. If he fall, he
dente.
ain't gonna get up again.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. This is his fight.
Yeah, we just hope that the judges.
Yeah,
and
man,
you
Tank
never know
wasn't
that.
ready
That's
for this
one thing
fight,
that
man.
Sometimes can really disappoint
He
you.
wasn't
in
ready for
business.
this
You
fight,
hope the
man.
judges see it that way because I can't see it any other way.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. And he just holds on there.
Yes, money.
Davis's defense did a good job there, able to avoid that punch. Cover up! Cover up! Work the body, kid! Body shot!
Oh,
The next generation's
Thank you.
inability to get away from his opponent's left hand is so evident.
And it's going to stay that way if he doesn't change something. He needs to move the other direction, away from that punch.
And once again, he returns fire up top.
oh, I thought that was good.
Keep it up! Keep it up! He moves
Nah, I
it.
hit that.
Move it.
Oh, okay, hold on. Expect the great.
Jump on him right now. Fine work with the left hand. He landed well by Davis. Mayweather's combination punching is working well here. Keep moving. Keep moving. Davis is able to avoid that punch. Up in your head, kid.
That's it.
Hey, keep your hands up. Really a lot of consistency from him with the right hand. Oh, what a whiff by Money.
That was nice. Nice flash. Ah,
Davis is trailing by a significant margin.
man, I ain't gonna actually try to go finish him that round.
But I will say
Tank
this,
don't want to go.
he hasn't taken much damage. He still appears to be fresh. He just is getting outpointed.
Yeah, somebody's got to wake
Him.
him up a little
Oh,
bit, put a
shit.
little fire underneath his backside.
The next generation's using a lot of energy just by throwing so many punches, but he's not getting much out of all this effort at all.
No, he's working much too hard. That's a good point there. He's working really too hard for what he's getting done. He has to now start to educate himself,
Tank.
start to, place those punches in the right spots.
Hit me with your best shot.
Davis's effort has gone downhill here. You can tell that he does not have the energy necessary to stay in this fight.
Yeah, but now it's up to his opponent. Does his opponent have the will and the desire
Bro, he really not
to get him
going,
out of there? Because if he
Go to
does,
sleep.
he's getting him out of there.
Good smooth. Davis is banged by a
Go to
left
sleep,
hand.
Tank.
Big shot there.
Go to sleep, man.
Unbelievable. Just the barrage continues. He's knocked down again.
But his desire and heart is just as strong as it was before.
It's over, bro. Is this score? 5? Yeah, GG's, man. Floyd Mayweather still
Mayweather's hand to be raised in
DQJ
victory. He scores the
champion
knockout
of the
here
world.
tonight.
No. Champion. Pretty good.
Mayweather's power that we saw throughout the night, building a lead on your scorecard, now ends the night with a knockout victory.
And it begins the next night, the next dawn, the dawn of the new beginning. More money, knockouts, great money.
I'm Joe Tessitore for Teddy Atlas saying thanks for being with us and enjoy the rest of your night.
Yo, if you made it this far in the video, you are truly appreciated. If you like the video, like the video. Be sure to subscribe. And hey, man, comment who you guys want to see fight next, man. Till next time, peace.